In these days, video gaming is a large form of entertainment. With this, the demand for gaming consoles has risen, leading to more choices in gaming. There are the classic Nintendo consoles that solidify video gaming today, and there is a universal computer gaming. But for the more hardcore gamer or the more cost-efficient gamers, the options are primarily either Microsoft's Xbox or Sony's PlayStation. Either is a good alternative to the family-friendly Nintendo or the expensive gaming PC. I myself choose Xbox and take pride in my reasons: reliability, compatibility, exclusivity. I was once a PlayStation fan, having had the first, second, and third throughout my childhood. In 2011, my experience with PlayStation ceased, as their online network was down for 23 days due to a data breach. According to Kazuo Hirai's letter to the U.S. House of Representatives, the data breach leaked personal information of over 77 million account holders and surpassed the TJ Maxx hack to become one of the largest data breaches in history. I frequently played when this occurred, and this led to me buying my own console because the PlayStation was my stepdad's, and this kicked off my Xbox experience. Xbox consoles are reliable. I've had my 360 for about 5 years now, and it still plays some of the highest quality games at top speed. It has multiple USB ports, HDMI support, and an Ethernet cable port if wireless is not an option. There are slots depending on the model that can attach an external hard drive as well, and this can add on different data stuff, 32 gigs instead of the basic like 4 gigs, etc. If you don't have a hard drive, you can always just attach a regular USB drive and have extra storage like that. As for my Xbox One, it's relatively the same as a 360, despite having the extra hard drive slot. One of the prime features about the Xbox One is that whenever it was released, it revolved around entertainment mainly more than gaming. And so there is an extra HDMI in port in the back of the console with the HDMI out. Now, what do I mean by this? HDMI out is the usual cord you see for HDMI. It goes from the console to the TV and displays your console. Now, an HDMI in can take in other things. So for an example, if I were to have my Xbox 360, have an HDMI cable plugged into the Xbox One, and then the Xbox One plugged into my TV, I can play my 360 through my One on the TV. Now, along with this, Xbox consoles have open compatibility. Along with the ability to watch television through that HDMI cable, you can also program your One to interact with your DVR system, letting you control your channel surfing, recording, etc. with just the Xbox controller. Compatibility also refers to a term in gaming called backwards compatibility, in which games from the past consoles can play on the current generation of consoles. Now, for PlayStation 2 can play PlayStation games. PlayStation 3, the early models, could play select PS2 games. And currently the PlayStation 4 does not have any kind of backward compatibility capabilities, or as I like to say, back compat. For Xbox, the 360 could play select titles from the original Xbox games, and the Xbox One has a special case, as they have started a back compat program where you can download digital versions of your games. For example, I have Assassin's Creed 2 and Fallout 3, which are both titles that can be downloaded, updated on the Xbox One, and the update is just the full game download. And then whenever you want to play that game that was originally on 360, you put in the disc into the One and you can play it seamlessly. Now, Fallout 3 has a special case, as I have here. I actually have a digital version bought as well, because they've started kind of a program where you can have free games. Now, what do I mean by that? Two different things. A lot of the new titles that are coming out, for example, the new Gears of War Ultimate Edition, actually come with the past versions of their games, so Gears of War 1, 2, 3, etc. And you can download them digitally for free. So you buy a regular priced game, get between 1 and 4 games for free. Now, with backwards compatibility, they also have a title that was released before backwards compatibility was actually released, called Rare Replay. Now, Rare Replay is called that because it is games made by solely a company called Rare, and it's called Replay because they are all backward compatible. The one special case about this game, though, is that it has 30 games from back in like the 80s all the way up until the 2000s, all on one disc. Now, the other thing with the backwards compatibility that partners with it is for the past year or two, something like that, they've actually had this program where they have free games. Now, every month, if you have the Xbox membership, you would be able to get a free game every 2 weeks or so. Now, with what they do now with the backward compatibility is games that might have been free before and free upcoming will now become on both consoles. So, for example, 360 games that are a part of this program that are free will automatically be backward compatible. So once it comes out for the One as well, you can actually download it to the One. According to Xbox.com, currently they have 104 backward compatible titles in just November, and there are many more to come in the years in the future. Now, going with the program of free games, Xbox has exclusivity. Now, with this membership program that gives you free games, there used to be a membership program that was already existing with the Xbox 360 where you would pay $60 every year or $15 for 3 months, etc., and you'd be able to play online. Now, PlayStation was free back then, so in that case, PlayStation was a little better. In this console generation, with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One playing online is free, completely. The only thing you have to pay for is if you want those free games. PlayStation has started a thing where you actually have to pay as well. So in the long run, you could either pay for Xbox and get up to, according to Xbox.com, $700 worth of free games each year, or you could just go to PlayStation and pay the same amount just to play online. In conclusion, why buy the Xbox over PlayStation? If you're a gamer, Xbox has exciting games and are bringing back legendary games that they have set their name in stone. If you play games, but also you like TV and such like that, they can satisfy your gaming wants, your entertaining needs, and child distractions if you have any children to be distracting. If you are a sole entertainment searcher, Xbox has television, music, movies, games, you name it. Don't be 1 in 77 million. Choose Xbox.